Namaste, angels. Thank you for joining, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. This is a client reading for one of my repeat clients, a male client, masculine. He's a Gemini like myself, and he wanted to see what kind of energy would be surrounding him for the rest of the year. You know, sort of close out the year with a reading. So you guys know I like to do multiple spreads and just keep reaffirming and reconfirming the energies over and over and over again with different decks. So today's going to be no different. I'm going to be doing that. Decided to start out with the Rider-Waite Tarot and 4 placements, similar to how I've been doing the astrological readings. This will be the energy that most directly represents him. This one is surrounding energy, so it could be his energy as well, but is more likely family, friends, co-workers, romantic interests, or even an energetic connection if he hasn't yet met the person. And this is love and relationship, and this is work and finance. So for the rest of the year, so that would be the rest of the month of October. Today is October 21st. It just became October 21st a little while ago. It's 1:38 in the morning, and November, December, and so we'll see like with what energy he'll be entering January 2020 with. All right. So let's first talk about the Ace of Pentacles. I don't think I have to necessarily talk about the Ace of Pentacles. Like, people see it, especially upright, and know that it means positive things. It means good things, right? When the Ace of Pentacles shows up upright and representing your energy, you are probably feeling particularly, upbeat and hopeful about life in your future, which is great. I like for people to be feeling like that. And Geminis, for the most part, we are like that. We are happy-go-lucky kind of people. We don't stay in any one energy for very long. So even when we do get upset, like, we don't remain upset. We have a falling out with somebody, like, we're over it. They may be holding a grudge, but we typically are not. We moved on. We might not speak to you ever again, because our cutoff game is strong, but we're not harboring that same energy. We moved on to a new energy, like, within minutes, quite possibly. So Ace of Pentacles is feeling very much in that element, hopeful, optimistic, positive, and things should actually be going well in general. You could be starting something new in the very near future, or maybe several new things in a variety of areas of your life. Could definitely be in the work realm, particularly because underneath here in the work and finance position is also a Pentacles card. So it could definitely be in the work realm to which this is applying. In specific, when the Ace of Pentacles shows up with regard to work, you may be like moving into a new position or a new job altogether, or getting like a new set of responsibilities, or maybe deciding whether or not you should leave your job and go to another one, or change like careers or paths, you know what I mean? But again, the card is positive, and so there's pretty much no wrong choice with these new beginnings that are starting. And look, if you look at the card, I put it down. I tell you, look at the card. Particularly in the Rider-Waite, it's like the hand of God. Is handing you a blessing. And white God, but God, the hand of God is our hand coming down from heaven to bestow a blessing upon you. And it's like, here's the pathway too, underneath it, like a gazebo, leading to all the new possibilities. So I think that the way it's illustrated is the way it's going to be like manifesting in his life. So super positive. Now, like I said, there could definitely be a new job or considering something. Anytime there's a 2, there may be a decision that has to be made and or balance that we're seeking. So this is the 2 of Pentacles in reversed, as opposed to upright. There's a little boat back there, and there's a little boat back there. So to me, that always means like something is on the horizon, something's coming, but it might require a little patience. In the meantime, with the 2 of Pentacles in reverse, at least as it relates to work, again, it's a generally good card and positive card as it relates to work. You got to make sure they're not overcommitting yourself and like trying to do too many things. So maybe you're working one job, but you're wanting to start something new. So you're like moonlighting over here, or you're taking up a bunch of hours, Whether you work for yourself or you work for somebody else, you're like trying to get it all in. You just gotta be careful about overcommitting yourself. And when the Two of Pentacles is in a position of work, as it relates specifically to finances as opposed to work, this card could show up and say that you need to sort of find out like what your balance is, or like get your checkbook balance, get things in order, or make sure things in order, like review your budget, make sure you're not, what they say, robbing Peter to pay Paul, and that you're living within your means, because it's not like a good time to ignore your finances. Although again, there are new beginnings starting in every area of your life, and these are not the only positive cards that you have here. You got the Wheel of Fortune here. It's in reverse too, but I'll tell you what that means too. It's not, a horrible thing either. And you're like overall energy is the Six of Wands, which is a card of victory and reward and award and recognition and honor. Could definitely be about raise, promotion, new job, just fabulous things happening in all areas of your life. And when I picked it up, this is your energy right behind it. It's the Page of Swords upright. But, the Page of Swords can be about delay. And especially right now, Mercury, our ruling planet, entered shadow on the 11th of October. And that means it's about to go retrograde. It's about to go retrograde next week on the 31st, Halloween. And, but once it enters shadow, like these things start to... many of us start to feel the energy, especially, again, those of us who are ruled by Mercury. And so you may already be feeling the effects of some sort of delay. That's possible. But the page otherwise represents news that you're getting. Pages bring news, and the Page of Swords specifically brings like information, communication. So some sort of word, again, maybe about you being honored, recognized, promoted, raised up somehow. Good things coming to you. So good news coming to you. And we have that reinforced here with the Ace of Pentacles, and sitting right above the position of work and finance is an indication that you're going to be getting some good news as it relates to your work and finance too. But again, the twos can indicate there's a need for patience. And also the little boats in the background on the horizon can indicate for me that there's a need for patience, right? They're on the horizon. The ships hasn't come in yet. It is coming in. We can see that it's coming in, and it'll be here soon, but it's not here yet. So in the meantime, you may have to watch your budget or your books or whatever it is, however you want to say it. Actually, with the Queen of Swords, she's here in your position of love and romance. But, that aside for a moment, the Queen of Swords upright as it relates to work and finance can mean that like a very strong wills or minded, intelligent, just an empowered female or feminine energy may be who is about to like help you to further yourself somehow, like a strong woman playing an important role in your financial life. And there may be a lot that you can learn from her. Maybe she's somebody like me, I'm a Queen of Swords, and I have a financial background. Like I know about these things, about budgets and stuff. So maybe it's somebody like that. She doesn't have to be a direct air sign like myself, but just to give you an idea of what I mean by a strong, empowered woman that may be able to teach you some things or have a significant impact on your financial life in a positive way. She may be the person hiring you or promoting you or whatever it is at a job. Maybe she's not helping you with your books, but she's the one who's facilitating your next, greatest opportunity in your career. So for that reason, she's significant, I really don't want you to think it's like a time to get paranoid, though. The fact that you may be in line for some help, or that you may have to like review your books or your budget, or exercise some responsibility and or like restraint in spending. You don't necessarily have to. You just want to make sure. You want to know what's up. You want to know what you have and what you can spend. But again, all of these other cards indicate that good things are on its way, including finances. Like you're not going to have to be paranoid about the money. It's just not here right now. Again, it might be delayed, perhaps because of Mercury, perhaps because of who knows what. Mercury is definitely a reason why it could be delayed. So don't get like overly anxious. Just be aware. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't want you paranoid. People get worried about like reverse cards, but also as it relates to work and finance or money and the material, um, your fortune, the wheel of fortune in reverse, nothing to be worried about. First of all, wheel of fortune represents the planet Jupiter, ruler of the sign of Sagittarius. Both the planet and the god Jupiter are considered to be the ruler of karma, luck, growth, expansion. So this is positive, and as it relates to work, you may be thinking about, again, like changing career paths, which I already felt, or, getting into something new or different, or, like following a dream as it relates to work. And for money, it's a good omen upright. It's a good omen in reverse. No, either way, especially for anyone who's been having a rough time, for a while financially, it means that, you are likely to have, I was going to say, well, yeah, the energy of Jupiter and Sagittarius being wands, it can be sudden movement. So you probably saying like sudden movement. I thought you said delay and patience. Yeah, well, could need to have patience, like nothing's happening. Then all of a sudden, boom, everything turns around. That can be what happens with again the energy of Jupiter and wands or fire, that element in general. There will be a turnaround if you've had contrarily, for somebody that's had a long prosperous period, then they could be about to experience, the different, like a downturn, and need to be prepared for a rainy day. But these other cards are indicate, I don't know your personal business, but these other cards are indicating that things are going to go the other way. Like, they're going to improve rather than, become difficult for you. So I think that is all very positive. Honestly, though, there could be some people around you, friends, family members, co-workers, romantic interests, who experience the energy differently. Because this is also in a placement of a surrounding energy. So somebody else that's close to you could be going through something also, who's around you. Now let's get to love. Let's get to love. So, first and foremost, of course, this is your energy as an air sign. The Queen of Swords represents the sign of Gemini, as well as that of course, air, Aquarius and Libra. It's air in general, and is the feminine aspect of it, but could still be you, albeit you are a male and identify as masculine, because at the soul level, we're all androgynous. We all have an inner masculine and feminine, so you have this one too, right? She's in your position of love and romance. Now, the only concern, sometimes I have trouble with, like, finding the words I want to use. The only concern I don't see that concern makes it sound like you need to be like worried about it. And no, that's not the case. Never the paranoia. The only caution with the Queen of Swords as it relates to love is that she has the potential to be a little bit too forceful. I talked about this in it might have been ours, but one of the astrological readings I did. I don't remember what sign. And I said, there's that saying, you get more flies with honey than vinegar. And that applies with the Queen of Swords as it relates to love. Like, don't push too hard. Allow things to flow organically. And, I'm going to look, like you asked me to look into to see if I could pick up on the energy of your romantic interests. Definitely be, well, your future romantic interests. Definitely will do that again. But that could be one of the things, like, it's kind of like you don't need to know that. You don't really need to know that. You could allow that to happen organically too. But I will do it. I will do it. Also, another meaning for this card, potentially as it relates to love, is that like your mother or a mother type figure may be intrusive in relationships, interfere in relationships. doesn't have to be your mother. It could be the partner too, or future partner. Somebody's like a mother figure getting in the way, and you know what? It may not even be like she's getting in the way. Let me fix that too, because in some cases this could be a parent that needs help, and I've seen that come up in my readings for a lot over the past like few months, particularly when I do like the moon readings, the new moon or the full moon. Like parental care keeps coming up. So maybe it's that somebody's mother is not in the way, but you're having to focus on your mother, and that's affecting your love life or a mother figure. Again, it doesn't have to be you. It could be the other person, the other party as well. Further to this, I have some oracle cards that I've been using for the astrological readings, and that I'm going to be using for your spread here too, or that I am using for your spread here too. So let's take a look at those and see how they fit with the other energies that we got here. This card, I'm pretty sure, did come up in the Gemini reading, because I remember saying, like, if this ain't Gemini, I don't know what is. There's a card called the Miriam. And it's all about sacred vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal and see the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. So in addition to that, I just think it is showing up representing your energy as a Gemini, and our duality, right? Our dual nature and ability to be multifaceted and fair and balanced and diplomatic, and therefore forgiving. Also up right behind that, the Holy Spirit. Expect miracles. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. See, this is like organically. Allow things to happen organically. Spirit has your back. More air energy here with Lady Portia. Represents the planet Venus, and particularly the sign, which is a ruler of Gemini, by the way, but particularly the sign of Libra, and justice for me. Divine order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. And lastly, the divine director. Intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you're being guided. Happiness is your purpose. And again, I do feel like divine intervention is coming in, like, again, like there's like a hand of God handing you, the miracle. So that's like the universe stepping in to say, here, let me help you. Also, again, Jupiter with the energy of the wheel coming in to help you. Now, from the fortune reading cards, overall energy here, the next one's upside down, is Dragonfly. Have confidence during this time of great joy, renewal, and connection to spirit. And your personal advice card for the energy that surrounds you over the next 3 months from the fortune reading cards is Chariot. Very nice. Charge ahead with confidence. Stay strong and focused. Chariot for me is very much like Chariot in the tarot. Could possibly represent the energy of Cancer, like a Cancer energy in your life, or maybe you're like on the cusp or something. I don't remember. Oh no, your birthday's the day after mine, right? Flag Day? I think so. Maybe you have some Cancer in your chart. As a matter of fact, I think maybe you do. I think we talked about that. Whether we talked about it or not, I think you do. I feel like you do. Got the Cancer, and this card also is about movement and maybe moving, both literal and metaphoric. And from the Keepers of the Light Oracle, more air and the ability to manifest whatever it is you need. Isis, magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. Very nice. So now I want to do a spread on the love and romance energy of the other party coming toward you, and beginning with divine timing is at work in your love life, and opening to stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So already we're seeing energies from the first spread that I did come into this one, because the energy of optimism is what the Ace of Pentacles was all about. And as far as worth waiting for, there was an indication that you might need to be a little bit patient, but that things were happening for you over these next couple months. worth waiting for. And let go of control issues. I think that spilled over too. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Yes, so the universe asking you to allow things to be a little bit more organic here. And don't slip into the danger of the Queen of Swords as it relates to love. Also, wedding. This situation involves marriage. Be meeting somebody to really hit it off with, but first worth waiting for again. And reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Mercury retrograde is good for that also. Brings people back, often exes and things returning. We'll have to decide if we're interested in that or not when the time comes. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine, which should come very easily and naturally to you as a Gemini. Mutable signs tend to be pretty lighthearted and youthful. Overall energy is forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So this would be you, representative of you. This feminine or female in relation to you, her higher self, right? Into relation to herself and your connection, what she feels on her end, a union as a whole. Overall, what the universe would have you give to what energy you're meant to give to this connection over the next 3 months. From the perspective of the higher self of this woman, right? What she is willing to or will. What the universe would have both or each of you give toward the union, contribute, work on. And the universe even wants to help you with it, but you have to first affirm, because we got free will. You don't have to, do this thing. It would like you to. And the outcome. Again, the overall energies for giving and learning. Representing you, finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So I think this is your greater focus. This is also what showed up in the other reading. Again, with you being represented by the Ace of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune. There's a lot of strong finance and career energy surrounding you. The other party as it relates to you. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. You could be meeting somebody around the holiday or spending time with somebody around the holiday. And that could be any holiday. There's several coming up. Again, we got Halloween. I don't know, people celebrate that. Next week is Diwali, good over evil in India and other countries on the eastern part of the world. Halloween, we got the Day of the Dead, All Saints and All Souls, Thanksgiving, the Prophet's birthday is the 9th. Of course, Christmas, Hanukkah. So there's a whole bunch of holidays coming up, and there's also some moons and some very special moons coming up. I still have some announcements to make about some of the energy that have been surrounding us, beginning with actually Mercury beginning to enter shadow on the 11th, and then followed by the full moon, the Aries full moon on the 13th, and then some things that are coming in November, and then some things that are coming in December. Definitely could be involving moons and just bringing a lot of positive opportunity for you. And maybe in relation to finances and career specifically for you too, something could be coming up around the next moon or a holiday, but still within this period. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Also, you see somebody moving up, they're riding here on this gondola, moving into calmer, stiller waters. There are no rough waters here. There are no difficult times. So again, it's an indication that there'll be improvement in the finances over this period. The other party, as they relate to themselves, what they're working on right now, religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So this is dealing with perhaps different ideologies and maybe knocking structures down in that regard, and breaking barriers, things with which we were raised our whole lives, different belief systems that are now crumbling because we're using logic and science and other things to realize that it makes no sense. Or contrarily, this can be about us maybe not having had many beliefs or things before, but now coming into a new understanding, becoming more spiritual, growing. We're taking some of these things on, so it can be either way. The other party has their feelings on the connection as a whole, or what their higher self has to say about the connection as a whole. Very soon. Clearly decide what you want till it comes to you now. Good. Overall, express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Certainly if there's somebody in whom you are interested, this is a guide for you not to be holding back. Go ahead and make the move. What the other party would have, what energy the other party would have you contribute to this situation right now, it is trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Trust is also represented by the number 2. So you had that 2 of Pentacles before. It means partnership. Oh, you had the Miriam as well. That was 2 people, the duality. 2s also mean trust and faith, particularly in trying to manifest something. We have to hold on to the intention, and that's how we bring it towards ourselves. What the other party is willing to give to the union is new love. So ready to start something brand new. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. They're ready to walk into your life. What the universe would have each or both to do, and even wants to help them with, is love yourself first. So before you worry about that, first focus on you. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And the outcome. Worth waiting for, yet again. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So it's like, I'm going to be there when I get there. In the meantime, I'm going to be where I'm at. Wow. Now I want to do a similar one, but from the perspective more so from the universe, beginning with family. And it's like a party of 3 situation, but a positive one. It can be something similar to maybe that first spread, like, the mother's involved, or you're having to take care of the mother, or other parties having to deal with family issues or matters. That can be what this is representing. And opening to Wallflower, which means all about free will choices. And if you like getting in the game or not, sitting it out or dancing. Opposite family, it can be like maybe there's a family situation again that you feel maybe is sort of blocking you from moving on. And am I going to, continue to focus on family, or am I going to do something else? Not that any one is better, one choice is better than the other or not. It's like just a free will choice that's up to you. Opening to control. And the need to let go of it also. Control. And obstacles. 4, 5, 6. That brought us back to control. Overall energy for this spread is going to be karma. And if you saw the collective readings, like the readings for the collective that I did this week, both the general and the love reading were very much about like karmic completion and like ending a phase or a situation, a circumstance in our life, like a relationship, once and for all. Like it's done this time. So divine being or couple, this could apply to either or both of you. Recent past. Near future. The other party's higher self. Blocks to individual or shared progress, including, the connection coming together, union. What you can do to help yourself, however, let me move these over. What she can, the universe would have both or either of you to do to help yourself, and even wants to help you with, but you have to first affirm because you have free will, and the outcome. Divine being or couple, freedom. So this is what you have to work for first, work toward first. And this can be freedom from anything. Again, completing karma, right? So ending different chapters in our life. And as I pick that up, if I reveal what represents for me the karmic feminine energy in this deck, brunette female. Now behind her is twin flame in reverse. So this may represent an actual person. If it's not a person, an energy in your life that is blocking you from this connection. Or well, not blocking you, but it's why it hasn't happened yet. Because again, this karma has to be completed first, right? She sits there under the karma. So first we have to, she sits there under the freedom. She might be from what we have to get free, whether she represents an energy or an actual person. No, the freedom is here. She's underneath the karma. What am I confusing myself for? Yeah, breaking free from that, completing karma. Recent past. Obstacles. Right? We ran into a situation, something didn't happen. Something was blocked. Maybe because of that again. Near future though. Ice King. So this can be you taking back control, knocking things out. This can be representative of the Mercury retrograde too. Because for me, this card is very much Mercury. It's Mercury, it's Mars. So therefore it's definitely Gemini, it's Aquarius, it's Libra, it's Leo, it's Aries, it's Scorpio, it's the Emperor, so it's potentially a married man or like marriage material, the marrying kind, a divorcee, a widower, somebody with children, it's all these things. But then in the most general sense and as it relates to everybody, definitely is about like taking back control of your life, like you being the leader in your life, you being the master of your destiny. Can also be representative of like authority figures, father figures, so like bosses, parents as well. The other party's higher self, destiny. So you dealing with karma and them dealing with destiny. But then I would say as it relates to you also in the connection, right? Destiny. It's like it's going to happen when it happens, when it's time to happen. You can't stop it from happening when it's meant to. Because destiny, because karma, right? Blocks, though, to individual or shared progress in any area of your life, including the connection, is what? Soulmate. So maybe a karmic soulmate, like this chick, whether it's on your end or hers, or that is perhaps in the way in the meantime. And that doesn't even mean necessarily romantic soulmate. Even that could be, a parent that we came back that we, to this plane with. We're incarnated with on this plane with. Family members, friends, romantic interests, all of those can be soulmates. How the universe says you could help yourself, however. Communication. Maybe something unresolved with a soulmate. There needs to be a communication so that we can close the chapter. We can complete this karma. Or maybe somebody we already have an interest here, but because we haven't expressed ourselves to each other, we haven't communicated, that's been a block in between us. Like failure to communicate is the block. What she can do to help herself, true love. So maybe also, or could be both of you, finishing something up again with a soulmate. But it is what she can do to help herself is go ahead and finish it because it's just an obstacle, to her growth. And then she will be open and available for true love, for real love. What the universe would have each or both of you do and even wants to help you with is dating queen. So maybe literal, getting out there, being more social, meeting people, dating, because they're not gonna fall out the sky and hit you in the head, and you're not gonna do that to them. You have to actually meet people. But this is also about progress for me in general, having nothing to do with dating. It's like a 3 of Wands kind of card, again indicating that on the horizon we just got to be a little bit more patient, and it's coming in. So that could be what the universe wants to help you with too, and also maybe sorting through different potential suitors that you have, and the outcome. Family. This is like taking on a different meaning in this position than it was when we started. But it could have something to do also still with your own family. And I think I'm getting both. It's about, creating new families. It's about your existing family as well, though. It's about growth and expansion. And that's really what 3s are about in general. Growth, expansion, abundance, creativity. And that's what that family card at the end is representing. All of this is very positive, and you can easily, it's like nothing you really have to do, but remain focused, like keep your eyes on the prize and work organically through the energies that come your way. And you're going to have no choice but to reach your destiny, on this path that you're both on. Very nice. We'll do a spread like that now, specifically on abundance, beginning with declutter. You'll feel better and more focused if you'll take time to clear away the clutter from your living and workspace. Donate what you can to help others who may need your items, and be sure to keep your schedule uncluttered as well. Something tells me that this is the more important part for you, and it's taking me back to that first spread where I said don't overcommit yourself. Keep your schedule uncluttered as well. It's going to be helpful to you. But I think that normally I take this card to mean in terms of, I apply it to life in general, like not getting cluttered up. That there could be some people, places, and things for a variety of reasons that we need to cut off and cleanse from us, from our space, from our aura. Also, deservingness. This is important. This is probably connected to that card about loving yourself first. You are a beloved child of God, like everyone else, and you deserve to receive the support that will allow you to focus upon your divine life purpose. Even if you can't recognize your lovable qualities, trust that God and the angels can see how amazing you truly are. God is your source, that hand of God. Everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God, and your faith opens the doorway to receive. In God, there is no lack or limitation. Rather, there is plenty of abundance for all to share. God is your source. And quiet retreat. It's time to disconnect from your outer world so that you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create this quiet time for yourself, and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. So that sounds like decluttering your mind, right? Your mental space, so that you can, get an idea like, what's my next step? What's my next action and my next move? It's very High Priestess. Ask for your needs to be met. God and the angels can come to your aid only if you make a free will choice to be helped. And it begins with asking. It doesn't matter how you ask God for help, but only that you do. The same holds true with clearly asking other people to assist you. And this could be connected perhaps again to that woman that may be helping you in the near future, that Queen of Swords. Overall energy is, it is safe for you to receive. The more that you allow yourself to receive, the more resources you will have available to share with others. Open your arms to receive and to be a conduit for good coming to you and through you as it blesses the world. yourself. Divine being. Recent past. Near future. Your higher self. Blocks to your progress. How you can help yourself. This is also how you can help yourself. How the universe wants to help you, but you have to affirm to allow it. And the outcome. Again, the overall energy is it is safe for you to receive. The card representing you, windfall of abundance. Your spreads couldn't line up better. This is very Ace of Pentacles. And look at the card. Remember something was supposed to come up for you around the holidays? In connection to finances and career? Look who's here on this card. It is Santa. So this is giving me timing. An increase in your abundance is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, your health, and your charitable work. Recent past. Release resentments about money. Yes, the money system of the world can be upsetting, but holding resentments about finances just pushes your abundance away. Instead, see money as a tool that you can use to better the world, and this shift will help you to attract support and golden opportunities. And I talked in the very beginning about how Geminis don't like to hold on to any one energy, period. Certainly not resentments about money or anything else. So glad to see that you were able to get past that if you experienced that in your life. Near future. Let go of guilt. When you allow your light to shine brightly, you inspire others. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done. And trust that God loves you unconditionally for who you are. Learn and grow from past mistakes instead of berating yourself for them. So yeah, definitely if you've made a mistake, move beyond that. Your higher self. Abundance mindset. How appropriate is this placement, right? What's going on in your consciousness and your mindset? Abundance. I love it. If you think of your abundance as something that happens in the future, then it will always be one day away from you. See, feel, think, and speak of abundance as something that you're ready to have in the present moment, and that is what you will experience. Blocks. Savings. As you consistently save for your future is saved. You do your future self a big favor as you consistently set aside present funds. This is a part of your self-care and path to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose. And I feel that this ties in very well with the Two of Pentacles in reverse for the first spread, when I was saying like knowing what you have and whatever. So making sure that you put it, that when you pay anybody, like you pay yourself first, you put aside something for you and save. What the, what the universe would have, let me do this one first. How can you help yourself? Other than what I just said with the blocks. Clearing debts. Okay, that makes sense. Your self-care involves removing the heavy burden of financial and emotional debts from your life. You already feel lighter and freer just by facing this topic and making a plan to clear present obligations and to avoid future ones as well. So this does go perfectly what I was saying, not only as far as the savings, but again, knowing what you have, knowing what bills are, or you may be coming in or not coming in, knowing what your budget is about, just like we saw in the first spread. How else can you help yourself here? And it is release jealousy. Jealousy is an affirmation that you don't have something, and the universe manifests exactly as you affirm. Let other people's successes inspire you rather than frustrate you. If they can have it, so can you. What the universe wants to help you with, or would suggest you do to help yourself, is conscious consumer. You have the power to heal and to help the world with your decision to buy only products and services that are ethical and environmentally friendly. As a conscious consumer, you choose to invest in fair trade and organic goods. You live simply and you purchase only that which you need. So the universe is suggesting that you be kind of minimalist. And that could tie in with not, again, overcommitting yourself too. Like not doing too much in a general sense. And the outcome. Ask for your needs to be met. God and the angels can come to your aid only if you make a free will choice to be helped. And it begins with asking. It doesn't matter how you ask God for help, but only that you do. The same holds true with clearly asking other people to assist you. Let's give you another advice card from here. Okay, from the Rider-Waite Tarot. Your advice card, again, covering the rest of the year for you. Four of Cups, upright. This is going to be about you paying attention to potential opportunities that are around you. And it connects to deservingness. And I think you got a card from one of these decks that was called Deservingness. And it reminded you that you are a love child of the universe. I think it was the Abundance Oracle. Because when the Four of Cups shows up, for me, it's about like opportunity because you don't feel that you deserve one. It might not be on this level of your consciousness, but maybe on your subconscious, you just don't look for opportunity because you don't feel one is coming to you. And look, it's that same like hand of God. It's a smaller one, but it's like a hand from heaven that's trying to hand you something, and you're missing it, and you don't want that to be tied to the abundance that you're expecting. I'll get deeper into that one in a second. But let's see what else you got here. From the Romance Angels, free yourself. So this is the second card that suggested that you require freedom. The hashtag creepy deck before in the second spread that I did, or was it the third? The third spread. Yes, the third spread. There was a card representing your energy called freedom. And now we have this. So something to which there's an energetic cord or something that you need to cut. It's time to take back control of your life. And young female, very Sagittarius energy. She is a redhead, red skirt, a lot of red in her sweater and stuff. For me, this card represents Sagittarius, the planet Jupiter, karma. Therefore, right, because it represents Jupiter, therefore karma, luck, growth, expansion, abundance, opportunities that are coming our way. It's just like a very Page of Wands kind of card for me that you can expect to hear of opportunities. From the Abundance Oracle, Green Tara, Supreme Protection. You are protected. Cords are being cut. Isn't that what I just said here? Like a cord needs to be cut to free you from something. Green Tara came through to say that cords are indeed being cut. Move beyond limitation. Trust. So that trust, that faith, that two, again, very important for you. From the Fortune reading cards, World, be open to new possibilities in all areas of your life. Something also may be coming full circle. Something could be coming back around. Maybe a second chance, again, a reconciliation, somebody returning to your life. A cycle coming to an end. Right? When a circle comes 360, that's like the end point. Cycle coming to an end. And lastly, gratitude list. Counting your blessings and feeling gratitude for what you already have helps you to become centered in your heart instead of fixated on worries in your mind. What and who are you grateful for now? Keep focusing upon gratitude and you'll discover the amazing generosity of this universe. Where's that Four of Cups again? All right, so in a general sense, this Four of Cups is very much like the gratitude list. Again, it's about deservingness and counting your blessings. You don't want to spend, I was going to say too much time. Really, you don't want to spend any time like wallowing in, self doubt or pessimism or self pity or, a feeling of being undeserving at all, because all that does is again put you in a potential to manifest negativity in your life, self-fulfilling prophecies. So it is important maybe also that you're checking off the boxes, like I have this, I have that, all the good things in your life. um, as it relates to work, this also can mean that you may be looking for a change in work or career. You're wanting to do something different, not very happy with the job or career path that you had before. It doesn't necessarily sing to your soul, so you want to look for something else. And I think that came through in the other spreads as well, and that something else wants to look for you too. So no worries in that area. As it relates to love, then sometimes it means we have to look at ourselves and whether we're being realistic with regard to love, if we're setting up expectations. Because expectations can be dangerous. They become blocks. When expectations becomes an energy of control for us, whereas we're trying to like force the universe's hand, no pun intended with that hand that came down, but like trying to force the universe's hand, then at that point it becomes an obstacle, becomes a block, and we like blocking our own blessings. So you don't want to have your heart set on any one person or any one type of person. Again, there's a need to allow things to happen organically. As it relates specifically to finances, it's a good time for you to like focus on your strengths and what you're good at and what your creative outlets are, and maybe again that can tie into changing jobs, finding a new career path. I don't know why I'm still holding on to gratitude lists and everything. um, Finding a new career path, maybe. If you're not where you're wanting to be financially, then it can be about setting specific goals. So again, maybe that Queen of Swords person that comes into your life is some sort of like financial analyst or budget planner that can help you. Maybe it's going to be the person that prepares your tax returns, and they can sort of show you, where you can benefit maybe from a shelter or this or that. Paying good attention, taking a good look at your financial situation and knowing exactly where you stand. For health, the Four of Cups guides you to, remain focused on the positive aspects of your life. So it again ties into like a gratitude list and counting your blessings and not wallowing in self-pity or whatever. If you are having some kind of physical problems or ailment, things don't stay any one way. They're not going to be that way all the time. So, you can change them. They're changeable. You can fix these things. You may need to reach out to somebody who can help you. Maybe that's who the Queen of Swords is going to be. Somebody who can help you, like a trainer or something like that, or a counselor or nutritionist. I'm trying to think of how other types of people that could help us with our health. A doctor, a holistic person. I guess even a friend, somebody that can help us to move beyond whatever we feel our limitations are health wise, or to help us to rectify whatever we feel our problems are, or we've been told our problems are by somebody that actually diagnosed us, with somebody with a certification that actually diagnosed us. What can we do to work through those situations? Spirituality. I think that's the one I didn't do. As it relates to the Four of Cups. It's kind of the same kind of thing. It's about an attitude of gratitude and a mindset of optimism and positive thoughts about yourself. None of this like poor talk against yourself or thoughts, make sure that you're like staying grounded and in the present and the moment, and definitely maintaining that attitude of gratitude. And if you ever feel yourself slipping out of it, especially if you see the 1111, because that's when we get the warning to like, hey, pause, take a pause and stop and pay attention to your thoughts. And if they are at all negative about yourself or your surroundings, the universe at large, or any of it, fix them then, and make sure that you shift that focus to something positive and to all the wonderful things that you do have in your life right now. And that will certainly not only enable but support you in bringing more into your life. I hope that you have found your reading helpful, that you enjoyed it. If there's anything that I can further clarify for you, please do let me know. You know, I'm here to talk to you. I'm happy to talk to you anytime. And yeah, let me know how you feel about it. Namaste.